Welcome you all to this session on career guidance and counseling. And before we start, I think we must all thank Jamshedpur Sahodaya School Complex for providing us this wonderful opportunity to share and learn together. And especially thanking, the efforts of Subhashri ma'am behind the entire show. Okay. So, teachers, I feel you all relaxed, happy. So, good evening, everyone. The future depends on what we do today. So, what is this future? What do you think when we talk about this future? Can I have some answers? Future students, okay. What else? Can it be like meeting our purpose of life? Something beyond it? So when you think of your future, what is that we expect? Satisfaction? Can be something which we think of. Happiness? Yes, Akshay Agarwal. Yeah, so future is what we plan is more about satisfaction when we look at the broader prospects. So teachers, let me know how many of you feel very satisfied in the profession in which you are. Let me just hear you first. How many of you are feeling very satisfied, very happy, you want to progress in this field, you want to create a change? Okay, few are saying yes, you are satisfied, you want to be. Okay. Because see, when you talk about career guidance, basically we are looking at that how can we make our students' career more brighter, more future oriented, take them to the paths in which they are desiring or where they are skilled. Right? So when we are planning to guide them, these are the things like how do we want to create their future where they can be really happy, they can be satisfied and create the change or meet the purpose of their life. Okay. Before we start the session, I would like you all to just pause, take a break, and just think what was the time when you really thought that you have to become a teacher? Did you really wanted to be a teacher? If not, then what was the what was your first choice you wanted to be? Oh no, okay, you did not want to be a teacher. So what else did you want to be? What did you want to be? Let me get some responses. Okay, first choice teaching, good. Doctor, wow. Niza, doctor, okay. You wanted to be a writer, okay. So what was the time when you really felt that this is the career you want to be, or really now also you feel there's a change you're waiting for? Is there any change you're waiting for? Or are you really happy and you want to carry on in this career in which you are currently? Okay. You're happy, so you want to carry on in this. Okay. Any other different choices that you're not happy and you want still a change? You can hear, share. Okay. So before we formally begin our session, we'll just see a video now. Okay. Think on it and maybe it will just give some more insights.
भाई उठो ना, चेयर लेके जाने का।
अरे मेरा रिश्ता टूट गया, बारात वापस चली गई, बीवी चली गई, तुझे कुर्सी की पड़ी। ले जा कुर्सी।
आ जाओ भाई।
मकसूद पूरा सोल टूट गया यार।
शादी मुबारक हो
अली।
बर्बाद हो गया मैं, ये मुबारकबाद दे रहा है।
चल चल।
ये क्या खेल रहा है?
गल्फ।
गल्फ?
हाँ, ये अपने कंचे जैसा होता है, अमीरों का खेल है। इस पे कंचे सिर्फ थोड़े बड़े होते हैं और एक डंडी से कंचों को खड्डे में डालना पड़ता है।
ओ,
क्या कर रहा है बे?
ये सिंघानिया के बच्चे बच्चे तो होंगे नहीं।
तुझे कैसे पता?
इतनी देर से एक बॉल को खड्डे में तो डाल नहीं पा रहा ये।
सर क्या लेंगे आप?
बांद्रा में 200 गज का प्लॉट दिलवा सकता है?
नहीं सर।
तो फिर क्यों पूछ रहा है? फिर ये पूछ के खाने पीने में क्या लेंगे?
सर मेरा मतलब वो।
तेरे मतलब के चक्कर में मेरा 200 गज का प्लॉट निकल गया ना हाथ से।
तू एक काम कर, तो कटिंग चाय ले आ।
जी सर।
यार मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, हम लोग हफ्ता लेने आए थे या सिलेंडर? ये आदमी घास ही नहीं डाल रहा है।
रुक रुक, मैं बात करता हूँ। क्या सिंघानिया साहब, इतनी देर से एक बॉल गड्ढे में नहीं डाल पा रहे आप?
तुम्हें क्या आसान लगता है?
ये इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं है।
कम यहाँ।
ये तो सीरियस हो गया।
यहाँ
आ रहे हैं।
ये लो, ये है क्लब, ये है बॉल, वो है होल। कम ऑन।
छोड़ो ना साहब, मकसूद तो आ जाना।
अरे यू कम ऑन। बहुत बात कर रहे थे ना। कम ऑन।
वो जहाँ झंडा है वो वाला गड्ढा ना?
हाँ जी।
ठीक है।
हाँ ठीक है ठीक है। क्विकली एक और। गिव वन मोर।
यस सर, ये तो हो गया। सही है।
वन मोर। क्विक।
हो गया।
अरे कुछ नहीं हुआ, चलो आगे चलो। लेट्स गो।
आजा मकसूद। यहाँ क्या करना है?
इसे पट करो।
पट मतलब?
इस बॉल को उस खड्डे में डालो। पटर दो इनको।
यस सर।
ये तो इससे भी डल जाएगा।
ये लीजिए।
यहाँ से?
हाँ। इट्स अ ब्लडी फ्लूक। ये तो तुक्के से गई।
तुक्का? 3 घंटे से आप खेल लेते, आपका तो तुक्का नहीं लगा।
ये बात है। इसको डाल के दिखाओ।
इसी गड्ढे में ना?
हाँ।
ये भी गया।
इसको भी डालो। इसको डालो।
कमाल कर दिया
और
अली।
कुछ डालना है?
ये किया कैसे तुमने?
क्या नहीं हो गया।
मतलब
गड्ढों के बारे में बचपन से नॉलेज है अपन को। घर में गड्ढा, सड़क पे गड्ढा, जिंदगी में गड्ढा। तो गड्ढे अपने बारे में इतना नहीं जानते जितना अपन जानता है गड्ढों के बारे में।
सिंघानिया साहब, गड्ढों की बात हो गई, अब थोड़ी गड्डी की बात कर लें।
बैग लाओ।
चल, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
तूने ये कैसे किया?
पता लगते बताता हूँ। अरे ये यहाँ क्या कर रहा है?
ये तो अपने बस्ती का ओलमोंग है।
गड्ढा है ये। चल।
पहले तो चट्टियों वाली बात छुपाई, फिर से ये सब। आने दो उसे।
लगता है बुढ़ऊ किशन लाल ने आय को सब कुछ बता दिया।
अरे बेटा अरे तू खुद के घर में चोरों की तरह क्या झांक रहा है?
तेरी तो
अरे झाड़ू सफाई अभियान। अरे अली बाहर क्या कर रहा है? अंदर आ।
आइए।
क्या ये सब क्या सुन रही हूँ?
क्या, वो तो बस ऐसे ही।
वैसे ही क्या?
अली, मैंने सुलभा बहन को सब कुछ बता दिया कि तू गोल्फ बहुत अच्छा खेलता है।
वो तो ऐसे ही।
ऐसे ही क्या? तेरे गोल्फ के चक्कर में मेरी बस छूट गई। तेरे को नहीं पता था आज मैं 4 धाम की तीर्थ यात्रा के लिए निकलने वाली हूँ? जल्दी नहीं आ सकता था?
तो एक दिन बाद में चली जाना ना, कब रखना?
अब तो मुझे कल सुबह ही जाना पड़ेगा।
एक दिन में कौन सी दुआएं
अरे
कम
चाय-
जाएंगी?
अरे क्या कर रहे
चाय चाय तो
धंधे
पीने
की
दे।
बात करनी है थोड़ी सी। अरे चाचा, मैं तो घबरा गया था कि मेरे धंधे के बारे में तो नहीं बता दिया आई को।
बेटा, अभी तक तो नहीं बताया, पर तू सुधरा नहीं ना तो बता दूंगा जल्दी।
अरे क्या चाचा, 3-4 हजार के लिए 34 साल के मासूम बच्चों को ब्लैकमेल कर रहे हो तुम? पैसा चाहिए था तो मुझे ऐसे ही बता देते, मैं वैसे ही दे देता।
अबे मुझे नहीं चाहिए तेरे 2 नंबर का पैसा, रख तू।
अरे चाचा सुनो तो, पैसे क्यों नहीं चाहिए तुम्हें? अरे सुनो तो सही, मैं समझ गया। एक मिनट, इस उम्र में कभी कभी होता है ऐसा। दीपा बार में एक सोनम है, मकसूद की खास का मतलब समझते हो ना? मैं बोल दूंगा उसको।
क्या?
बैठो।
अरे क्या कर रहा है?
स्पोर्ट्स शूज तो होंगे ना तुम्हारे पास?
स्पोर्ट्स शूज?
हाँ।
क्यों?
रेड पड़ते भागना पड़ता है।
छी। कैसी गंदी बातें कर रहा है तू? मकसूद के साथ रह रहकर बहुत बिगड़ गया तू।
अरे चाचा, ना तुम्हें लड़की चाहिए ना पैसा चाहिए, तुम्हारे शौक बदल तो नहीं गए?
बकवास बंद कर और मेरी बात गौर से सुन। मैं चाहता हूँ कि तू 2 नंबर का धंधा छोड़कर गोल्फ खेले।
क्या खेलूं?
गोल्फ।
इसीलिए तुम्हारी शादी नहीं हुई। तुम्हें पता ही नहीं कब किसके साथ क्या खेलना चाहिए। मेरी खेलने की उम्र निकल गई कमाने में, और कमाने की उम्र में तुम बात कर रहे हो खेलने की? चाचा, मेरे को तो पैसा कमाने का है बस। पैसे से आज क्या कुछ नहीं खरीदा जा सकता है चाचा।
हुनर, टैलेंट नहीं खरीद सकते। और जो हुनर मैंने आज तेरे अंदर देखा ना, वो लोग पैसा खर्च करके भी हासिल नहीं कर पाते। लेकिन तेरे टैलेंट को दुनिया के सामने मैं लेकर आऊंगा। बस तेरा साथ चाहिए।
धंधा कैसे चलेगा मेरा, और घर का खर्चा? अमेरिका आ गया मदद करने के लिए?
गोल्फ में बहुत पैसा है अली, वो भी इज्जत का। मेरी बात मान, एक बार मेरे कहने से गोल्फ सीख और दिल से खेल। आई का एहसान चुकाने का यही मौका है। तू गोल्फ का सचिन बन सकता है अली, सचिन।
आई।
So, teachers, we are like that coach, right? Who can identify our students' potential, can motivate them for the change, for the purpose of their real life. So, if we can be the coach who can identify our students' potential, I think we can then, plan everything or maybe give that right guidance that is required. Until and unless we don't get to identify our students' strength or their weaknesses, their challenges, their potential, it will be very, very difficult to guide them. So here comes our role as a teacher, as a guiding force behind them. So the main objectives of today's career guidance program will be trying to cover some basic terms related to career guidance, explain the need and importance of career guidance. We can differentiate the terms guidance and counseling, job and career, because many times you feel that a lot of people haven't yet discovered what is their career. They may be into various type of jobs or doing work, but actually they haven't decided yet their career, that this is the right. Many of the teachers also, they feel yes, there's a change yet required in their life and we are not set in our career. Describe their role in career guidance. So we also need to identify our role in career guidance. Okay, let's think of some of the careers and try to answer this. Okay, we'll go by one. A person who studies about classification of natural gemstones and find ways to prevent their damage. The field of career. Can anyone answer? Okay, it is called gemologist. Name any 3 magazines imparting career information. People, please try to answer, those who know the answers. Any 3 magazines where you get career informations. So you have career 360-degree, then you have competition success reviews, then you have Pratyogita Darpan. So many other magazines are available where you have lot of career information. Third one, a person who bats into a computer network in order to test or evaluate its security. Okay, ethical hacker. Give 2 suggestions. Give any 2 suggestions for using the daily newspaper for career guidance. How can your newspaper be used? You have the career counselor columns there. You have the advertisements. You have the market demands, the employments available. So this also can be used to advise children that these are the prospects. The person who manages production of plants in agricultural companies and cooperatives. Waiting for the answers. Okay, current affairs, it's agronomist. It's in the field of agriculture. Person making maps, charts, and 3-dimensional models. Field of career. Answers, please. Try to think. Person making maps, charts, and 3-dimensional models. Yes, right, Priya Sinha, cartographers. The art or profession of visual communication that combines images, words, and ideas to convey information to an audience, especially to produce a specific effect. Okay, demographics. What else? The second one, visual communication. Graphic designers. Can we call them graphic designers? An expanding career opportunity for individuals interested in material science, engineering, material processing, chemistry, or marketing. So this could be careers in science and technology. A branch of biology, chemistry, and pharmacology concerned with the study of adverse effects of chemical on living organisms. Yes, right, very right. I got the answer. Yes, very right. The work of this career is related to medical and healthcare and aims at application of technology to the improvement of life. Very right, Kunal sir. Biotechnology. So well attempted, teachers. Let's proceed. So you can check your answers. Okay. So what is actually career guidance? Is it a process of giving advice? Teachers and educators, I really want you to respond so that we have an interactive session. I know it is online, but even we can make it interactive with your support. Okay, no, yes. So many of you have written no. So what more? What more is that? If it is not advice, so what more can we include? Okay, yes, also some answers. Okay, let's see. So career guidance includes support. Yes, you have to support the person or the students in making the right choices. Give them more advice also will be included. It will be more helpful, more supportive. You have to provide the right assistance to develop their skills, more information, show that they understand is this the thing they want to be or not in. So guidance is a range of processes designed to enable individuals to make informed choices, and transitions related to their educational, vocational, and personal development. Right, so it is more than just advice. It will include more assistance, supportive. It has to provide right information so that people can decide, people can plan, people can experience that what type of career they want to step in. So basically, when you look at the aims of guidance, what the role it plays, it helps a person to self-understand its own strengths and limitations and other resources, right? What capabilities the person has, can the challenges under which the person is trying to strive, can he meet those career requirement opportunities? Yes, no, can decide, can self-understand. Self-accepting. There are a lot of things which people need to accept. Suppose you want to become a very good singer and you don't have the right voice, the right, you don't have the right voice or other challenges. So it's better you self-accept that this is not the field where I can dream of or I can be. Self-directing, ability to solve problems, make choices and decisions are on one's own, right? So it is a self-directing. Then you take in the decision for the person, you make the person understand the strength, the limitations, at the same time understand, accepting the challenges, okay, and then self-directing, making one's own decision in life. As you saw in the video, after discovering at a later age, when the person got an opportunity, okay, the coach comes to self-direct. Yes, you can take it up. There's no age, there's no limitation. Now also you can play and there's no age to improvise because this talent is scarce. You can work on your talent to fulfill some aspirations. So what's the need of guidance? Do we need to guide them from a very young age? Yes, I feel the guidance is required from a very, very initial ages, maybe called elementary education, where a child is given a lot of opportunities to recognize his own potential. If a person understands where am I good at, what can I do more, I feel you meet, I think, 50% of the game, that you're motivating the child, understanding, giving him opportunities to understand self. Recognition of individual uniqueness. When we try to differentiate both these terms, potential and uniqueness, do you feel both are closely related? Yes, but what is the actual difference? Can I get some responses? How do you feel potential and uniqueness both are different? Potential basically is your capabilities, right? Much of your capabilities, what you can do. But uniqueness is something which is like core, very specific to you. Maybe when I talk about myself, when I look at my potential, it could be like, you can manage a team well, or you are very convincing. Okay, you have a lot of managerial skills, teamwork. But when you look at individualness, you may have a creativity which is at a different level. Suppose you say that, okay, I can customize something to from industry to a school level, okay, or to institution level. So that could be your own creativity, and that could be very, very specific to you as a person. Like, and then when we find such type of uniqueness in our children, it's our role to nurture, give them more opportunities to create that, to nurture that creativity in that student or in the students, and to aim for holistic development by creating more opportunities, show that you can discover this at a younger age, and child can get a lot of opportunities to work and develop his skills in the right direction. Okay. When we talk about guidance, we feel that it needs to be starting at a very young age. But when we look at counseling, on the other hand, what do you feel counseling is? So counseling is a process of helping others to make their lives better. So it's more about helping the people to decide at a age when they are passing out their schools, or passing out, planning to choose their streams for the +2 level, or finding the right colleges and vocational programs. It's like helping them specifically deciding their path. So counseling is a process through which an individual who needs help is assisted by a professionally prepared individual. So here you are more prepared. so that he or she can be helped to make necessary adjustment to life and to his or her environment. So that time that person needs to make necessary adjustment, because the person needs to step ahead and decide finally where the person has to be. But when you look at guidance, it is more holistic. It's more very initial, and where the child is going to discover, self-accept, understand, and take decisions to enhance his skills. So on the other hand, counseling is more confidential, responsive, listening, understanding. It's non-judgmental. Okay, these two images, okay, we'll try to relate. And just you can see here, when you look at guidance, the first image, okay, so when you have a group of students, you try to evaluate them, assess them where they are good, where they have their strengths, where they have their limitations. At the same time, you do on hammering the skills, nurturing the skills, creativity of the students, okay, so that they experience those things and understand more about themselves. At the same time, exploring their own passion, their own interest, and finally balancing those. That, okay, fine, this is where I'm good. I must put in more time. I should be working on this so that this can be my future career can be related with these skills. The second image where you look at, where you see there's a diagnosis, okay? And when you look that every child or every uniqueness or every potential will, try to move in a different direction. And where you store them based on that, you hear to a child, you plan, you give him a different approach. Okay, this is the field where you can be doing good. This is the path. This is the university you can be in. This is the roadmap for you, where you meet a scorecard for his future direction. And so counseling is very specific, very therapeutic, or very personal intervention you have. But guidance overall, it includes lot of activities, and it is a continuous and a process which grows on, right? So I think this is clear how guidance and counseling, though termed quite well in a comprehensive way, but both are very different. And guidance, when you talk about career development, and when we look at that, guidance is a part of career development opportunities. So it can start from a very initial basic age. And that's the reason, teacher, we are here for this session, sharing on career guidance and counseling. It's not that the counseling will happen in when they come to 10th or 12th level, right? Career guidance needs to begin much before your career counseling activities. Is it a choice of profession for future endeavors? Career is defined as an occupation, trade, profession, and vocation. This simple definition refers to what one does to make a living. Also, career traverses a sequence of position, roles, activities, and experiences through a series of jobs over his lifetime. Okay, we like to differentiate, career from work, because as we know that many in our society are yet working but not decided their career, or they did not get a chance to discover themselves and be in the career. So what is this career? Is career a progression of professional life, which could include various jobs, roles, experiences in a chosen field over time? Work, on the other hand, refers to a lot of tasks, duties, activities done to earn money or fulfill a responsibility regardless of long-term goals. Career, when we look at career, it's a long-term journey, growth in any field. But when you look at work, it could be specific task or employment you do at any point of time. Okay, let's take some examples. A delivery boy who is planning to, the Swiggy deliveries. So what is this? Is this a career for that person? or a work for that person. Yes, of course it's work, because they haven't decided the right path, and they are not, because he may change his work if once he gets something better. So this is a time for the time being. But when you look at career on the other hand, it's more fulfilling. Suppose today you're any person who is doing this blogging, and you have seen a lot of blogs made, and the person is doing blogging. Tomorrow, if he decides that this I can use as an opportunity, and he ties up, and he starts earning, and he is strategically doing it, earning from it, and made his life focused on it, I feel he is in his career, has chosen his career. Maybe scientifically he did not get any learning, or he was not experienced, but his work experience in this, over the period, he feels he's good at it, and he can make a lot of revenue, money. At the same time, he is satisfied doing what he's doing. So he may choose this as a career for himself. So many times you may feel that you're working right now, trying to experience, but that can even eventually become a career for you. So when we're looking at these cases, we try to understand that, that if the child has decided, or any student has decided his career pre-hand, that is beforehand, life becomes more easier, and the contribution is more smooth, or you can say it's more fulfilling. But this needs to proceed. I think something technical. Okay, so we take one more example here. A student, short term, when you look at work is more short term, student taking up some summer assignment plan to earn money as a cashier. The other side, you see there's a career example where a new graduate starts as a junior software developer, right? And he's trying to learn on the new programming languages and seeking opportunities to lead projects. So this is, he's on his field, and he's trying to learn and improve on this. So this is more long term. Career aspect is more long term. Focus when you see on the other side. In the career opportunities, the person is more focused, and while he's a cashier, he's trying to just complete his immediate job. But when you look on the other example, as a new graduate who is undergoing software engineering as a course, okay, he's trying to build his expertise, gaining new skills, moving up within the software development field. So he's more focused. When you look at the progression, for this cashier, there's no progression as such, okay? But when you look at the person who has decided who has joined as a new junior software engineer, he's getting his reviews, he's getting his understanding, and he's planning his next role as a senior developer. So you can feel the progression. Skill development. Obviously here the skills are more, because his learning is getting more skilled. He's learning the complex coding, project management, problem solving abilities. So here the skills are more enhanced. When you look at personal investment, yes, he is investing his he's getting more fulfilled, okay, and he's more passionate about it. So the personal investment on the other side, you can say, is more. And when you look at the meaning in identity, the last thing, okay, yes, he will just say that, okay, I'm working at this store. But when you hear the other story, he calls himself, I am a software engineer. So these are the basic differences when you look at a work, and when you look at something as a career. I think this is very much relevant, because today many of us started working, right? And then we got to experience. I think this is most common with all of us as a teacher. But but if we would have decided this as a career, maybe we would have contributed from a very early time. And today, the challenges which we teachers are facing, I think, we would have experienced less of challenges, and more of expertise in our own sessions, or maybe not classroom or classroom management, or in other things. But since we did not get an opportunity much in our early ages to understand what we want to become, and how we can become those skilled teachers, I feel the story would have been different, very, very different. Okay, so this only thoughts that why career guidance is required, because at times we fail to plan our futures. Okay, students generally follow their peers. This person is trying to become an engineer, so let me also follow. This of my friends are planning to study medical, let us also study medical or something else, right? So this is like following their peers. So the right intervention is required to make them understand you are made for what and what you have to follow as a student. Accept the verdict of their parents. So many times it's like what the parents want, right? Instead of like where the child is located. So can we speak to the parents? Can we make the parents understand that your child is made for this? Your child is good at this. Your child has uniqueness in this, and get them to those roles. Get tempted by current trends. Yes, many times it's like, this is the trend, or AI is the trend. Yes, AI may be the trend, but at the same time, we must give the child an understanding that what is his passion, what the child or the student is good at, not only just by current trends. Yes, market or maybe, future options must always be studied, but again, there will be a lot of options in those. We are totally away from realities and live in the world of their own. Students are totally away from the realities and they live in the world of their own dreams and fantasies. So many of the child, many of the time it's like, okay, this is what the best has to be. Maybe I'm a very good writer, but can I focus? Can I create my future as a writer? So what are the prospects there? So as a teacher or as a person, we can guide our students fail to discover their own true self. Okay, so many times it's like, even if I've talked about myself, I never knew what I wanted to be. Okay, I did my chartered accountancy, I did law, I did everything, but it was too late. And then one fine day you find that yes, you are nothing, you are made only to be a teacher, you're not made for other things. Okay, so this is what I feel that we all need, and this topic, that's the reason is very, very close to me, that career guidance is something where we need to start with the students, at least meet them, discover, meet them experience, meet them understand, okay, what they are made for. So looking at what could be the major components of career development, you can see here the two rods, okay? The person who is trying to bridge these rods with the help of the rope. At the same time, trying to, ensure the participants, or you can say the people, those who have to complete their journey, okay, are skilled enough to climb on this rope and come to the other side of the road. Okay, so you can feel that the person, so we are like we have to be this person who is holding the pencil, trying to build this rope and helping the students cross from one side of the road to the other. So we have to be the people, those who can bridge this gap and create the journey for our students. So career generally starts when an individual begins to engage in work-related activities with a long-term vision for growth, development, and advancement in a particular field or industry. So you can see that career generally starts when you begin to work in activities with a long-term vision, not to fulfill the current. Suppose today you don't know where you want to be and you start working on something, maybe, taking a boutique or maybe tutoring or maybe some other thing, okay, packing foods, but you haven't decided yet this is what you are made for or you have to carry, okay, carry in this field. So that can be only called work, but not a career. Once you have decided that this is what I have to be in, and you plan your growth in that, you plan your development, you plan your advancement, training, and other things, then yes, you are set in your career. So similarly, when you have to talk to your children, you have to meet them think, okay, what is that field which they can look as a long-term vision for themselves. Yes, there could be shift, there could be changes, but yes, it goes for a particular, good amount of time before you decide those changes too often. So planning of career can begin even earlier during high school. Okay, so that time you can Before that, a child starts discovering the interest and all, and planning can be right at the school, high school level, so that they can choose the right colleges, the right universities, and plan the right type of skills they have to be in. Career development. When you look at career development, it's a continuous process which involves a series of career-related decisions in an individual's life. So development is a continuous process. It starts too early, or you can say, pre-early in an individual's life. So process of career development. When you look at the process, the first thing is that a person needs to know himself. And I know that a lot of schools are involved in allowing their children to understand what is their own value system, what is the interest, what is the strength, what are the traits. Traits like, you have seen him earlier, you are seeing him in in class 1, he was not taking interest in science, trying to explore. Even in class 5, you feel that he has that scientific blend. Okay. Class 7, 8 also you find that he's ready to research, he's ready to do more scientific research. So you find a trait in that person. Okay, ambitions. Okay, so knowing yourself is the first step. Then exploring the options, right? So you give lot of options for the student to explore. Maybe occupational, maybe research based, industry based. What are the trends? Okay, what are the career options for the degree courses? So people need to explore. Finally getting focused that, okay, this is the action planning. I will join this university, I'll do the skill programs, I'll be doing this extra learning, and I finally set my goals and take decision. And when you have to take action, you are in the job, in your career, you turn it with your employers, you do the research, and you gain more experience and expertise before actually you made shifts. You then actually understand that this is the right thing. Yes, I'm in the right thing, or maybe experiencing a lot. Maybe shifts are made, but yes, that career is also called a part of for your development, because every career you have chosen for yourself will give some output and will be long term and more focused and action oriented. So when you look at, what are the factors which influence a career choice? So you'll find, first of all, there are a lot of personal variables, right? For any person, a lot of personal variables, like, you have the personality, interest, then values, belief, abilities, self-concept, and the world of work, what's going around, the knowledge you have. So these are your personal variables which help you decide a career. At the same time, there are social variables, right? Like the working conditions. Few work, like doctor's job, want lot of hassles in life. Okay, working conditions could be any number of hours, could be sleepless nights. So this all are also very, very important, which helps you decide that are you ready, fit for that. If not, then you need to change, or maybe look into differently. The geographical locations of the place, the educational institutions available, the cost, the financial factors. Okay, so a lot of things really influence making the choice in life. Then the environmental variables, like the media is their social economical status. Okay, if I do this, okay, this gives me a better edge in the society. So this also variables plays a huge amount of role in deciding our careers. Family, peers, community, government policies, right? Some policies are very flexible, so we want to, okay, this choice option, this, when you look at getting into some colleges, universities, okay, so you find, yes, I have an attractive policy here. The government is offering scholarships or sponsors, right? So at times our career choices are influenced by all these decisions. When you look at the dimensions of career information, what should we complete before we step into any career? Okay, or when you start this advising or counseling people that yes, you must do a work before you step into the right career, that what are the educational and personal requirements. So Will it require the subjects which you will require for the future entry into those colleges or those courses? So what is the subject backing? What is the knowledge backing? What is the skill backing? What is the method of entry? Okay, like what is the registration date? How do you enter into it? Do you have to clear some entrances before it? So this is the method of entry. Nature of work. Okay, so after you get into, what is the expectations? Even after you complete your job, what is the working conditions? Suppose if you feel that there's no opportunity in India, you have to go abroad. So are you really ready to shift there? If not, then what is the other thing you can do? Keeping in mind your traits and your ambitions and your skills in place. Working conditions. Many times we feel, yes, this job is very attractive, but once we step into it, okay, we feel, no, this working conditions I cannot compromise with. I cannot work this overnight hours. Okay, I'm not made for it. So I feel this all study or this all dimensions needs to be pre-handed or comprehended before we actually drive our journey into it. Okay, or we start working and then regretting and then planning the change. Okay, because this has already taken in a lot of time, and it becomes difficult to reach the success if we would have decided this journey quite early in our life. So working conditions again play a very, very important role, because we may be skilled, we may have passed out with good scores or ranking and other things, okay, but working conditions, again, challenges in the work. When you look at it, this both, okay, they both are very, very different. That some work is more challenging in terms to, the expectations. Like when you look at the teacher's job, right, don't we feel it's very, very challenging? Yes, it's much challenging, right? So, when you look at it, it's very, very challenging. Okay, though the working conditions, when we look at, yes, working conditions are very respectful. We all love those conditions. Okay, at the same time, but when you look at the challenges, yes, even we have the examination bundles. One simple correction goes wrong, we are questionable for that. One addition error in the mark sheet, we are challenged for that, right? So we feel that our work is very, very challenging. So all these things are very, very important, that before we step or we decide a career, if we are made to think or we make our children think, see, these are the working conditions, these are the challenges, these are the, this is the earning. As teachers earning, let's take our own examples, right? We don't benefit much in terms to earning. And there are a lot of corporate jobs where children start at a very higher level than which we are in. But yes, if you make your children think, okay, this is what you have decided your life to be, I feel we will gain in more respect. At the same time, there will be future students who will want to become teachers. So these are the fields I feel that we must discuss, not only just career prospects, or this has a huge trend, or this is a high scope, or this has a high money or a high revenue in the society. You are paid well. Okay, so finally, it's the passion which will keep you going, and finally it's the passion which will keep you aspiring and take your journey ahead in life more satisfying and more fulfilling. So I feel we just can't focus on one or two things. That yes, this is the prospect, you are skilled here. We need to look at the various scopes, okay, and even the working conditions, the challenges, the earning, the advancements. That what is the advancement, what is the future of this job, what is the employment trend, and the final outlook of it. We'll try to discuss some of the career options, show that we can think more in the similar fields, because finally when we are there to guide our students or to guide our society or students around us, I feel our own knowledge about the upcoming field, about a lot of other things which can, be connected with their own students' traits and their value systems, can be linked, can be, connected, like the artificial intelligence and machine learning. Career years can be many more, right? Even the NLP engineers, natural and language processing engineers you need, AI ethics specialist you will need, not only AI programmers, you will have many more careers coming up in this, okay? And when I was going through this, I felt that, oh my God, the AI field is also having so much, okay? So you feel there are data scientists required, there are AI product managers which are required. So you feel there's a huge scope. And green and sustainable industry. Everybody is talking about the green world, green sustainable things, right? So what are the scope here? People are much fascinated. Okay, and I feel it's the time we have to make our young generations think that how green and sustainable is the need of the hour. So renewable energy engineers, solar energy engineers, wind energy technicians, environmental scientists, engineers, sustainability consultants. You can even think of talking to your children about the green architects. When we look at architects, people are just, you say, getting into the fields where there are many more. You want to become an architect, but why not create a difference? So why don't you plan to become a green architect? Urban planning engineers, there are urban planning engineers. So much more, I feel we can do our study, and then we can connect our students to those opportunities which are there. Find out the right colleges which are giving those scopes ahead in life, and where they can start their insights and get trained. Focusing on practices that promote soil health, water conservation, biodiversity, and sustainable experts. Here there are much more again. So I think that teachers, we can also do a lot of study like with the upcoming professions, mental health, maybe genetic counseling, health data analytics, telemedicine, and digital healthcare. So when we looked at the components of career information, we actually looked into the occupational informations, the educational information, and the personal social information, right? So when you try to briefly note them down, it is basically in the three zones: occupational information, educational information, and the personal social information. These are the few of the key messages. So we need to have a complete knowledge about a career before taking any career decision. So a child should be, or a student should be equipped about a career before he decides on a career decision. Career information is essential for providing career guidance to students. So we must also be equipped with lot of career informations to provide them the right sense of career guidance. Again, here you can find a lot of career guidance opportunities, like you must talk to your student alumni associations, collaborate with your PT associations, where you can update our career resources. We can follow up our students after they have left school, that how this career guidance programs had benefited them. And yeah, most important thing, that we must also teach our children that that every advertisement which comes in the paper cannot be trusted. Institutions needs to be verified where they are joining, because it won't be the responsibility of the institution if they have wasted their time and join in wrong places because of the advertisement or what was made a word of. Recognition and accreditation of the course college are the two important areas of exploration which I feel students must be guided to. So I think a lot of programs can be done, like real work experience, work placements. We can plan our children that they get some real work experience before they have stepped into their careers to actually freeze on certain points. Career related learning, like suppose here the example given is that running a school cafe where a child can understand that, okay, fine, this is what we call today is a vocational training. We can plan those courses in the school life itself, so that a child gets to experience a few of them. Career related learning beyond classroom through meeting with experts, career thoughts, alumni, people, field trips, etc. can be lined up. Life skill sessions, direct guidance from teachers to counselors also can be piled up. So few examples of career guidance. We can plan our these are the programs for class 6 to 8, just a few of them. It's not a suggestion, it's just came up in my mind that I could share a few. Interest inventory activities we can do with our students, show that they get a list of games, questionnaires to find out their interest. Story based career explorations can be done. my dream, my job activity they can do. They can present their career options before the teachers, so that they get a few clarity when they are thinking on those things. Basic life skill sessions, teamwork, communication, time management, so that they understand that the work expectations are following in the right direction or not. 9 to 10th, I know we all are into all those things: career thoughts, career linkage workshops, alumni interactions, field visits, career quiz, psychometric testing and counseling sessions today are on the edge. Career research projects, college and career fairs can be included. Skill building workshops can be done. Mentorship programs can be done. Schools can plan a yearly calendar, so that these things can be on a go without much a hassle. People can plan a career club, okay, and where we can invite speakers on a run through on a regular basis. Career world can be planned, where courses, their scholarships, their opportunities can be put on the wall. Parent orientation sessions can be involved, where parents, those who are in different careers, can come actually share their experiences with their students and help the students decide. Teaching training, teacher training, yes, we are into it, so that our teachers also get a full hand experience, so that how to take students on the board and start guiding them from a very, very young age. Even special needs students need to be included. Okay, as a part of CBSE or educators, I feel we can't leave behind our special students. So a lot of opportunities is available for them, and we must be aware and equipped to help our young learners or the special learners, providing them real life experiences, trying to create opportunities even for those students, because they are a part of our society and as more important to us. So thank you, teachers, because I have just tried to keep in few minutes so that I can take up 1 or 2 questions which you have. So can I get those? In case you have any queries, please let me know before we end our session. We have 5 minutes open for you all, teachers. Okay. Can I get 1 or 2 questions from you all? If you have anything to ask me, let me know. Or else we'll try to spend time more on planning, how you could plan your annual calendar. Because if you really plan your annual calendar, this is going to make your life easy, and without much hassles, you can carry your year, including a lot of opportunities. So it becomes more systematic, more organized, and at the end of the day, you can do a great job with your children, helping them decide the journey ahead in their life. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for responding so well and making me feel that yes, this was not just a virtual workshop or a session. Here I could interact, I could actually see your messages coming up, and that was kept me growing, sharing a lot of examples with you. So thanks again, and I feel you're more ready to provide such opportunities to your students, and we'll be doing a better job with our kids.